The Galactic Military Academy had seen thousands of species pass through its halls over the centuries. Reptilian Zephyrians with their lightning-fast reflexes, crystalline Quartzians with their perfect mathematical minds, and gaseous Nebulans who could phase through solid matter. But in all that time, Drill Sergeant Krex had never encountered anything quite like the humans. Liana Chen stood at attention in the center of the training ground, her dark hair pulled back in regulation, style brown eyes focused straight ahead. Around her, 30 other cadets from various species maintained their formations, some trembling slightly under Krex's intense eight-eyed stare. "Today, we test your reflexes," Krex announced, his chitinous exoskeleton clicking as he moved. The Rye. Insectoid Vorthak had trained elite soldiers for over 2 decades, and his methods were legendary throughout the academy. "In real combat, death comes without warning. Your enemy will not announce their attack." Marcus Williams, the other human in the squad, shot Liana a quick glance. They had been the only 2 humans accepted into this year's program, and the weight of representing their entire species pressed heavily on both their shoulders. The other cadets whispered that humans were too fragile, too slow, too primitive for galactic warfare. Krex reached for his sidearm, a plasma pistol capable of stunning or killing depending on the setting. The blue indicator light showed it. Was set to maximum stun, enough to incapacitate most species for hours. "Cadet Vextar," he called to a towering reptilian near the front. "Dodge." The weapon discharged with a sharp crack. The bolt of energy moved faster than most eyes could follow, but the Zephyrian cadet twisted aside at the last possible moment, the plasma barely singing the air where he had stood. "Adequate," Krex growled. He moved down the line. "Cadet Joule, dodge." The crystalline being attempted to sidestep but moved too slowly. The plasma bolt struck her center mass and she collapsed, her body flickering with residual energy. Pathetic. Krex's mandibles clicked in disapproval. "Cadet Marcus, dodge." Marcus tensed, every muscle coiled like a spring. The weapon fired, and he threw himself to the right, rolling across the ground. The plasma bolt missed by inches. "Barely acceptable for a primitive," Krex sneered, then his 8 eyes fixed on Liana, Cadet Chen. But this time, something was different. Krex's weapon hand moved in a subtle motion that Liana's trained eye caught immediately. He was adjusting the setting, rotating it past stun to a higher level. The indicator light flickered from blue to orange. Not enough to kill, but certainly enough to cause serious injury. The academy had strict protocols about training exercises. This wasn't regulation. Liana's mind raced through the possibilities in the split second before Krex fired. He was testing her, seeing if humans truly belonged among the galactic elite. This was about more than reflexes. This was about proving that humanity deserved its place among the stars. The weapon discharged. Time seemed to slow as Liana watched the orange bolt streak toward her chest. Instead of dodging, she did something that defied every instinct the alien cadets possessed. She stepped forward. Her right hand shot out, fingers splayed. The plasma bolt struck her palm dead center and stopped. The energy crackled and sparked around her fingers as she closed her fist, containing the deadly force within her grasp. Steam rose from her skin, but she didn't flinch. Instead, she looked directly at Drill Sergeant Krex and smiled. "Did you forget, sir?" she said, her voice carrying clearly across the silent training ground. "Humans don't just dodge bullets. We catch them." Krex's 8 eyes widened in disbelief. Around the training ground, alien cadets stared in stunned silence. Marcus felt his chest swell with pride. "Impossible," whispered Cadet Vextar. "No organic being can absorb plasma energy like that." Liana opened her fist, letting the dissipated energy spark harmlessly into the air. "On Earth, Drill Sergeant, we have a saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Humans have been facing extinction-level events for millions of years. Solar radiation, cosmic rays, asteroid impacts, ice ages, supervolcanic eruptions. Our planet tried to kill us in every way imaginable." She took a step toward Krex, who found himself backing away from this small human female. "We adapted, Liana continued. Our cellular structure learned to absorb and redirect energy. Our nervous system developed redundancies that make us nearly impossible to shock into paralysis. Our bones became denser than most species' exoskeletons. And our minds? She tapped her temple. We learned to think our way out of any situation. Krex lowered his weapon, his mandibles clicking rapidly, a sign of extreme agitation in his species. You see, Marcus added, stepping up beside his teammate, humanity didn't just survive our hostile planet. We thrived on it. We turned every challenge into an advantage, every weakness into strength. That's what makes us human. Liana nodded. We're not the fastest or the strongest species in the galaxy, but we're the most stubborn. When death comes for a human, we don't just dodge it, we grab it by the throat and make it work for us instead. The silence stretched for long moments before Krex finally spoke, his voice uncharacteristically quiet. In 50 years of training galactic soldiers, no cadet has ever... He paused, studying the two humans with newfound respect. Class dismissed, except you two. Report to advanced combat training tomorrow at 600 hours. As the other cadets filed out, many stealing odd glances at the humans, Krex approached Liana. That was a live round, Cadet Chen, level 7 plasma. It should have burned through your hand and killed you. Liana flexed her fingers, showing only minor reddening on her palm. With respect, sir, you'll find that humans are very difficult to kill. Our ancestors survived the void of space, the crushing depths of our oceans, and the radioactive aftermath of our own nuclear weapons. A plasma bolt? She shrugged. That's just Tuesday for us. Krex made a note on his datapad, his chittering taking on an almost respectful tone. I believe the galaxy severely underestimated your species, Cadet. Yes, sir, Liana replied, still smiling. They usually do. But that's okay. It gives us the element of surprise. As she and Marcus walked toward the barracks, word was already spreading throughout the academy. The humans hadn't just passed the test, they had redefined what was possible. And in the vast tapestry of galactic civilization, humanity had just announced its arrival in the most dramatic way possible. After all, any species that could catch bullets and smile was one the galaxy needed to watch very carefully indeed.